And today we're going to make a roast chicken that's Asian inspired. This was a recipe that I developed that I really liked from a local Vietnamese restaurant that opened up in the community where we were living for a while. A little side restaurant down a little side street that only Vietnamese families would visit. And we went there and tried it out and had some of the most delicious food. So this is a roast chicken that we're going to marinate for about 2 and 3 hours in a mixture. Then we're going to roast it in the oven, and we're going to provide a Southeast Asian dipping sauce, which is sort of a fish sauce with lime and chilies that is very pungent and delicious with this. So to make the marinade, we're going to start out with 2 tablespoons of mirin. This is otherwise known as rice wine. And then we have 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce and 2 tablespoons of dark soy sauce. Then we're going to add the key ingredient, which is five spice powder. And five spice powder is a blend of star anise, fennel, clove, cinnamon, and Szechuan peppercorn. You typically can get this in the grocery store already pre-mixed for you. It's a very popular Asian ingredient. This is what it looks like in our store. And so that's about a teaspoon and a quarter of the five spice powder. And then we have 2 teaspoons of sugar that's going in. And that's going to basically provide the glaze for all of this in the oven. So I'm going to mix this up. We want to make sure that this sugar dissolves and gets into the mixture so that when we put the chicken into it, it will also get on the chicken as well. Now to finish off this, we're going to also add 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic. And then I have about a half of a small onion here that I've also minced. Looks like I might have a little bit more than necessary, but let's go ahead and put some in there and make sure there's still plenty of liquid to go around. Now we're going to take our chicken and put it down in there. And I'm going to use my hands and work it all around. Make sure we get a good coating on the whole thing. I'm also going to take a little bit of this onion and garlic, chop it down into the cavity as well. And we're going to put this in the refrigerator. We're going to let it marinate for about 2 or 3 hours. And if you can, it'd be great if you could turn this every half hour or so that the soy sauce sitting in the bottom still gets through the entire chicken. And then we're going to take it out and roast it a little bit later in the afternoon. All right, so our chicken's been marinating for several hours, and I've turned it a few times during that time period. Now I got a roasting pan out with a roasting rack on it, and what we want to do is take the chicken out and put it breast side down in the roasting pan. And then you want to pour just a little bit of marinade over the top. We're also going to brush some more on in just a few minutes. And put that into a 425 oven for 10 minutes. Then we're going to rotate it and cook it a few minutes longer. All right, so we've had the chicken cooking for 10 minutes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out. And I want to baste the back side of the bird with the marinade. So I'm going to take this silicone basting brush. I hope you have one of these at home. They work fantastic, and they're great because you can just toss them in the dishwasher when you're done. They get pretty clean again. All right, and now that I've basted that, what I want to do is turn it over. So it's breast side down now. And then once again, I want to now brush the breast side with the marinade. And we're going to cook this for another 15 minutes at 425. Then we're going to turn it down and cook it for a longer period of time. That's it. All right, so we've had the breast side up for another 15 minutes or so. And I'm going to bring my chicken back out and give it another basting. My sauce. A generous basting. And then we're going to turn the oven down to 350. Now we're going to let this bake for another 45 minutes at 350. So I'll turn the oven down to 350, and every 15 minutes I'm going to stop and baste the breast again. And now I'm going to make the dipping sauce real quick and let it marinate a little while the chicken's finished cooking. So what we need for this is some of this fish sauce. This is got incredible umami flavor to it. This is really what makes this just irresistible to me. So we're going to start out with a 1/4 cup of fresh squeezed lime juice. And to that I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of the fish sauce, which you should be able to find in most grocery stores today in the Asian aisle. And I'm also going to add to that a 1/4 cup of cold water. And we also have here 3 tablespoons of sugar. And you want to give that a good stir, make sure all that sugar dissolves in there. And then I'm going to add to this a clove of garlic minced. And I also have here 1 pretty large jalapeno, or if you had smaller ones, you could use maybe up to 2 or 3. And it's that combination of flavors that's going to make this knock their socks off. So we're going to let that sit and marinate and serve it along with the dinner in a few minutes. Alright, so we've been cooking this for about 45 minutes now. Look at that beautiful color from all the basting. And now the last step is to baste with some sesame oil. About a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. I'm going to pour some directly on and just run it around the top. And that will finish it nicely, give it a real nice, beautiful brown color. I'm going to put this back in the oven for just another 5 minutes, and then we're going to test it by pricking in the leg area. And if it runs clear, then we know that it's ready to take out of the oven and let sit. So my chicken's come out of the oven. We've let it sit for about 10 minutes. That'll help cool it down a little bit so we can bone it now. And I want to get my boning knife. And usually I give it a quick steel just to make sure it's good and sharp. And what you want to do is cut the breast and the legs off first. So I'm going to start with the leg. I'm just going to cut Alright, so here I have my 2 breasts on the board. I'm going to go ahead and slice these up across the grain to some nice meaty slices. Now I'm going to take that breast and put it on my platter with the rest of my chicken. And I'm going to spoon some of our special sauce over the top of that. This is like a flavor bomb. The umami flavor is so good in this. It'll make it taste so good. Now I'm also going to put a bowl on each plate with some of that sauce for dipping too on top of that. And then with this piece I'll show you what I'm going to do to serve it. Go ahead and cut my chicken to pieces. You can get a salad leaf. This is a Boston lettuce, so it's a nice soft leaf that can fold easily. I'm going to go ahead and put my chicken in there. I'm also going to give it some fresh mint over the top. Some of the special sauce. And you just take that and you roll it and you have yourself a nice lettuce wrap that someone can eat, along with some extra lettuce and mint so people can fold some more during the self. So hope you enjoy it. If you like what you see, like to see some more recipes, please
follow us and like us on Facebook and YouTube, and you'll see some more good videos. Have a nice night.